Hello and welcome to another F1 video. Today we are going to be talking about the news. Vettel leaving Ferrari, Williams possibly up for sale and has cancelled their deal with Rocket, and of course Carlos Sainz and Daniel Ricciardo's moves to Renault and Ferrari. First of all, Sebastian Vettel is leaving Ferrari. My thoughts on his move, I'm not that surprised, I have to say. But I'm disappointed, as he probably should have stayed at Ferrari, and the only seats that I can possibly see him going to are Haas, Alfa Romeo and Renault, other than Ferrari, because of course Toro Rosso's the junior team, McLaren's got their lineup set up already. Ferrari, he's just left. Red Bull, Mercedes are set with their current lineups, and Williams is going under. Sorry if I've missed any. Oh yeah. And let's move on. Carlos Sainz has left for Ferrari. Of course, being a McLaren fan myself, I won't be happy about this, because he is a great, legendary driver and has left for Ferrari. But for him, it seems to make sense. I think it's a good decision, even if he does get outcast as the number 2, which Ferrari have never said he will be. He still will. He still will have about 10 years left in his career. As we forget, he's a young driver. To make up the mess that he got himself into, and of course, even though he's probably not going to get himself into a mess, and of course he could win a world title with Ferrari. As I see it, you'd rather not be a number 1 in a lower team to a number 2 in a top team. Now hear me out on this one. If you're a number 2 in a top team, you still have the slight possibility of winning a championship. As say Valtteri Bottas in 2020 stepped up and beat Lewis Hamilton in the first 4 races of the season, getting 4 consecutive wins, or even just a win and a couple podiums, while Lewis was fighting for 6th, maybe 1 podium. He would get priority over Lewis Hamilton because he had been performing better, but he didn't do that in 2019, and I doubt in 2020 it will happen. Still, if Carlos Sainz goes into Ferrari and beats Charles Leclerc, well, then he's just got himself a number 1 drive. So I feel like it's a win-win for Sainz and Leclerc, who was trying to escape from the sort of inter-team rivalry that Sebastian Vettel and him were having. So I feel like both Carlos and Charles will benefit from this situation. Maybe Charles will be under a bit more pressure from Carlos than Vettel. As we all know, he is a true quality driver, so it wouldn't surprise me if Charles was beaten by Sainz, but of course, Sainz probably will, be beaten by Charles by the end of the season. Anyway, I've been waffling on about this for way too long, and in F1 F1E review style, let's move on. The third big driver move that's happened so far this season is Daniel Ricciardo moving from Renault to McLaren, and this is good news for McLaren fans. I felt gutted when I realised Sainz had left. But when Daniel Ricciardo comes into my favourite team, this is just epic news. We've got a proven race winner in McLaren, and wow, this is a of course for Daniel Ricciardo, he probably will and has said he is a bit disappointed that he didn't get the Ferrari seat, and even said he doesn't know why he didn't win that seat. But of course, for McLaren, this is a win. I think they're the biggest winners out of the bunch, because Ferrari's just gone and lost a 4-time world champion. Renault's just lost a proven race winner. And McLaren's literally just traded a top-ranged midfielder driver to someone who I think is in the top 4 drivers on the current F1 grid and could win a world championship, and is definitely a proven race winner. So, of course, McLaren will be happy with this situation and are the biggest winners, but I feel for Renault and Ferrari, this hasn't turned out quite in their favour. Ricardo will of course be gutted, but Sainz, he's just moved on to the best, one of the best teams on the grid. He's moved on to Ferrari from McLaren, so for him it's a massive step up. So I would like to be in McLaren and Sainz's shoes right now. And of course, the biggest and latest news out of the lot, Williams is going bankrupt and will possibly be sold at the end of 2020. This comes as a shock to absolutely nobody. Williams has been in a bad financial position for ages, and this COVID-19 pandemic was likely to take out at least one Formula One team by the end of it if we did not go racing soon. The best thing right now for Williams is, if it's safe to go racing, for them to go racing. Personally, it will be really, really sad to miss out on the Williams name in F1. After their bad 2019 campaign, they got into a bad financial position, and of course Claire and Frank haven't been looking after the team very well. You can't really put all the blame on Claire Williams, as even though it's painful to say it, Frank Williams did set them down in this trajectory, and of course, it was Frank's mistake to promote his daughter, who came from the marketing side of things, over to the team management side. And personally, I feel that was a big mistake, as they did a similar thing with Zach Brown and he didn't end up too well, eventually having to step down to CEO of McLaren and doing a good job. Very maturely promoting Andreas Seidel up to the challenge, and I feel, it's of course going to be sad, but right now the priority is for the people who work in Williams to keep their jobs. Like when Braun went up for sale, the main priority was for all of the people to come out safely on the other end without losing a job. So even though it's sad to lose Williams, it's more important that they secure their future for all the people working there. And let's just hope we see the Williams names in F1 in the future. Anyway, if you liked the video, please can you like and subscribe, because of course for us new creators, it is really hard to get views. Of course, I don't really like doing this stuff, telling you to subscribe and stuff, but we kinda got to do it. Anyway, to finish off this video, let's put a meme at the end.